Hey guys, and welcome back to Narnia Lore. Now today is a little bit of a different episode. I would like to discuss the future of Narnia. It's quite a controversial subject in the Narnia fan base, and I think probably the biggest question out there is probably what's going on with this Netflix series. I personally am not going to put too much faith in the Netflix series. I'm not even sure if it's going to happen. We've heard precious little about it, and it's, to me personally, I almost feel like it's just not going to be a thing. I mean, like I said, it's just me. It very well could happen, but to me it just doesn't seem like a possibility. Now, if it does happen, I do kind of have some hopes and fears. I hope it definitely does justice to the books and the original stories that C.S. Lewis wrote. I think that's what we all want, but my fear is that they're just gonna kind of do a Voyage of the Dawn Treader. While it's good in its own right, it just doesn't quite fit with what the originals were. And I personally would, if this was possible, I'd love to see two versions of the Narnia movies. I would love to see almost carbon copies of the books, like the first one was, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Almost a perfect carbon copy. Prince Caspian was good, but Voyage of the Dawn Treader just completely took it off. That's another discussion for another time. But I would love to see faithful recreations of the books, and then I would love to see a little bit more of a consistent theme. And what I mean by that is have a little bit more of a consistent storyline throughout all of them, instead of the first one being this and the second one being that and the third one being this, and just instead of being completely separate, almost like the originals were. The only common denominators, if you will, throughout all of the books were the characters. We had the same characters throughout the books. That's the only thing that kind of kept them together. But I fear that they're just going to take it too far in terms of trying to make it like a Game of Thrones carbon copy. And that's definitely something I don't want to see with it. Honestly, like I said before, I just don't think that Netflix is going to go through with it. I mean, they might. But personally, I think they should. I'm not sure if they're planning to make like a series, like an episode by episode series. I mean, unless they do something like the BBC originals did, and that's making the movies into episodes so it's cheaper. I'll give them that. I wouldn't mind that at all. But if they're trying to make just like a series, like kind of in between what happens, everything, it would be interesting, but I just don't think it would be very successful. Another question is that I've been wondering is, maybe should they do a complete reboot? Should they start from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? And I think that would have its pros and cons. Honestly, if they did do a reboot, obviously they have to recast everybody, and that would be a bit of a hot mess, because now we have the originals in our minds, and then we just wouldn't like this new cast as well. But another thing is that if they picked up where they left off, then they can't, everybody's so much older now. I mean, it's been 10 years since the last one came out, and it would be a little hard to pick up where they left off. Honestly, if they did come through with this series, if it was up to me, I personally would think they should start over from square one. Another thing, though, that I'm interested to know is how exactly would they pull it off if they did pick up where they left off. If they start off with the silver chair, continuing from the original three. And I think possibly the best explanation for them picking up where they left off without recasting Eustace, because he's 10 years older now, the best possible explanation would be them saying it's, 10 years has passed. Now that would not be consistent with the books, though, because the silver chair happened a few months or maybe even a year after Voyage of the Dawn Treader. They could do that, but I think that would be stretching it. Honestly, I think the best movie that they can make right now that would fit in with how old the actors are now is Horse and His Boy, and maybe The Last Battle. But The Horse and His Boy definitely, because all the actors are the perfect age. It's literally been 15 years since they acted in the last one, so they're literally the perfect Horse and His Boy age. And if they did reboot Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe, they could bring the original actors in, William Moseley, Anna Popplewell, Scanner Canes, and Georgie Henley, to play their older selves in Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe at the end. They could actually do that. Now, there's a big problem with that, in that I don't think Edmund is available anymore. Scanner Canes is like a politician advisor, something like that. So his acting is done. He hasn't been in a movie for 10 years. His last movie was Voyage of the Dawn Treader. So I'm not too sure how all that would work out. I mean, it's fun to speculate, but let's be real here. Scanner Canes is most likely not coming back. Now, granted, I know there has been those leaks that Georgie Henley has been putting on her Instagram, I think. And there was that one a while ago. She said, we just filmed something really exciting for you guys. And there was William Moseley and Anna Popplewell out there as well. And they said that Scanner couldn't make it, probably because he was working. And so that's, I just don't know what to make of it. And so it's kind of all up in the air. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think is going to happen with this? I would love to know what you guys think. Also, in general with the channel and all, if you have any suggestions, if you want to, whatever kind of content you want to see, drop a comment down below, and I will see what I can do about that. I love taking suggestions. I am currently working on getting those mock scripts out for you guys. Currently working very hard on it, trying to get it out to you. But for now, there's also some other theory and lore videos coming up for you guys to help fill in the gaps between now and then. So, until next time, my fellow Narnians, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on the next episode of Narnia.